All right. Beautiful. Welcome, everyone. My name is Christina Aman, and I am delighted to be here with you this afternoon, this evening, whatever time zone or wherever you are in the replay, to share with you about our Fall in Love with Yourself superfood transformation. So, this is one of my favorite times of year to really honor the change of seasons and give to ourselves in this time. In Ayurvedic medicine, it's one of the two times of year that's very much a time to cleanse because the seasons have a dramatic change, and with that is a perfect time to shift how we're nourishing ourselves, what herbs we might be participating with, and practices as well. And one of the things that I've often heard is that if we don't take this time, this natural change of the seasons, to proactively choose to cleanse, we can end up getting ill. And that's where some of us hear about a lot of flus or colds happening at this time of year. It can really be prevented by just eliminating the kinds of build up, the residue that can build up and then attract that kind of illness. So it's such a beautiful practice to give ourselves an opportunity to, in this particular program, not only release that residue, to clean up that residue, to um, eliminate toxins, candida, fungus, parasites, all of that, but also deeply nourish ourselves. So, what we find is when the body is given everything that it needs to fully thrive, the building blocks, the cellular regeneration, it has the ability to really repair, to rebuild, to heal. Often times that we're told in other, maybe in Western medicine or other practices, um, that conditions can't change. Like this is just how it is. And yet we find that when we give the body the herbs, the plants, the thoughts, the love, that we can see a lot of shift and change happen, because that's what we're meant to do. It is truly our birthright to thrive and live comfortably, joyfully, safely, ecstatically inside these bodies. And we have a lot of support and tools that we can give to optimize that. And so I'm going to be telling you a little bit about what those tools and support systems are for this 30-day journey that we're embarking on, this Fall in Love with Yourself group transformation. So at the foundation of this journey is our superfoods protocol. So this is, again, a way of really deeply nourishing ourselves at a cellular level with whole plant nutrition and and herbs that also detoxify gently and gradually. So when we put all of that together and give ourselves this opportunity, we start to really come home into these bodies and start to feel all kinds of symptoms, acute to subtle, start to shift and change. So I'll tell you a little bit about my story. When I first heard about this program, I was actually skeptical. I thought, I'm already eating organic. I already have my own garden. I'm doing all the healthy things. This is probably more for more mainstream people, and I probably won't notice much of a difference. I was so blown away at how different I felt just within days of consuming these. Again, it's simply whole foods and herbs, um, that I started to look a little bit more deeply about why do these particular products, why does this particular company have the ability to cause such a shift. So for myself, my story was, I'm already healthy, there's probably not going to be much of a change, and yet I felt it. And at the same time, there's thousands of stories of people with suffering from very acute conditions and symptoms who have also found relief, often where they couldn't even find relief or a diagnosis in, Western medicine or other places. So why is that? How does this company stand apart? How do these products stand apart? I believe that it has to do with the soil, for one. The soil that these superfoods, grasses, vegetables are grown in is highly mineralized. It's far away from any industrial pollutants. It's regenerated, meaning that the nutrients are put back into the soil through a green manuring and adding compost and crop rotation. Whereas even a lot of conventional and even organic farming, which has now become very scaled to close to conventional standards, um, deplete the soil as a practice. So they're just taking. So it is unique to find something where the soils are so highly regenerated. So that's one. The second is that there is a proprietary way that these products are processed. So again, fresh, whole fruits, grasses, vegetables, all of these are grown primarily on a particular family farm, and then some other ingredients sourced from other places. But on this farm, everything is harvested, washed, juiced right there on site in real time, and then wind dehydrated. So it's a low temperature wind dehydration process that blows the water apart from the juice, and what's left are these juice crystals. So this is a powderized form, and it literally looks like crystals when you look into it. It's sparkly. And when the water is added back in to make yourself a shake or a smoothie or whatever you decide to do with it, it becomes a living food again, because there's so much enzymes that have been preserved in that process. So it isn't a heat dehydration, it's actually this proprietary wind dehydration. So that's the second reason these products really stand apart. And the third is, well, there's probably many reasons, but the third is that once everything has been sent to the manufacturing facility, where the powders are then, packaged and mixed and all of these things, there's a very, very high level testing system. An in-house microbiologist is looking for any kind of contaminants at all, molds, heavy metals, agricultural chemicals, anything. And if it's detected, which it generally isn't, but if it were to be detected, that batch would be discarded. So most companies actually tolerate a certain percentage of these contaminants in order to increase profit margins, especially when you look at a lot of the superfood companies have actually been bought out by corporations. So maybe they started out with a lot more integrity, but at this point, there are third parties going out and testing for glyphosate levels and heavy metal levels in a lot of these, organic, vegan, living food products that you can find in the stores, and unfortunately finding results. So this is another reason why, when only days into my journey, my body was like, holy moly, I've never felt this way in my whole life. I've never felt nourished at such a deep level. I've never felt, after I had been everything from raw and living plant-based for years. I had also done all of the animal products for years. Like, I had done it all, and never in any path had I felt so deeply nourished, so strong, so much energy, so much digestive support. So I had struggled with digestive issues my entire life, and was able to really, over time, definitely had immediate results, but continuing on that lifestyle transformation by incorporating these products into my life alongside my garden food and my whole, fresh, locally sourced meals, I've been able to achieve just incredible results with digestive ease and robustness, and also my immune system. So prior to this, I was picking up every little cold or flu that the kids would bring home. And since then, I've hardly ever, gotten anything. When I do feel a little tickle of anything come on, we actually have a product called C from Nature that is my favorite to just take a bunch and then it's all gone. We also have a new product I'll be talking about that is part of our new immune protocol that covers a spectrum of vitamins and minerals that are so key to optimal immune function, that is also incredible for just knocking anything out that might be coming our way. But at the foundation of immune strength is that gut vitality, is removing anything out of the gut that really doesn't need to be there, and then revitalizing and restoring the the flora of the gut. And that's really where, I think it's 80% of the immune system, it comes from gut health. So we can take all the immune products, but really it starts with how cleaned out are we, and how built up are we in the building blocks that we need to function. So I'm going to tell you a little bit briefly about the products individually and how they synergistically work together for this program. I have a couple of stories for you. I'm going to share some of the other support modalities, and then we'll close it out and I'll open it up for some questions. We have more videos you can watch that go more deeply into the products. So I'll just give an overview, but essentially we have a, sorry, phone call there. We have a 30-day program that allows you to eat 1 to 2 meals a day, depending on how you choose to do it, while bringing in superfoods nutrition and focusing as much as possible on a clean, organic, fresh, wholesome, whole food diet. So avoiding processed foods, alcohols, if it feels in alignment for you, animal products, sugars, wheat, if it feels in alignment for you, grains. But again, it's very modifiable and customizable. It's even something that pregnant and nursing women can benefit from, and even athletes who are out there burning a ton of calories. So there's a version for each. We have a superb protein product that is a pre-digested amino acid complex that is 99% bioavailable. So whereas some other proteins are only 30-something% bioavailable and tax the kidney and livers, this actually bypasses the digestive system. And within 23 minutes, you're feeling the energy, they're building muscle, they actually help with skin elasticity, so it supports natural collagen. Many of our products together actually support really powerful collagen creation in your body. So those are called the super aminos, and that's how I start my day. So you'll start your day every day for the 30 days with these really amazing proteins. I can't imagine being plant-based again without these. Next, we have a shake. We have a few options. The most common is called the Power Shake. It's a blend of a whole bunch of different greens, and there's an original flavor, or there's a sweetened with monk fruit and carrot juice powder, and a flavor of apple and berry that is made just from organic plants in a natural way. This shake is incredible. It's super delicious even when you just add water, and is the probably the most foundational product of the company, and is something that you would then consume daily as well. Depending on which schedule you choose, it could be 1 time a day, it could be up to 3 times a day. I remember when I first shared this with a friend who had 5 children, and her body was so depleted after having babies that her body was literally sucking these shakes down like it was being given life for the first time in a long time. And she called me and she said, "How many of these can I have a day?" Because she wanted them so much. I have personally had up to 5 a day. I don't think I think your body will tell you. But it's just, again, just whole foods and herbs. So really beautiful product there that'll give you a lot of nourishment, as well as it has the greens that are going to give you that alkalizing, gentle detox and really help us in these times. This is a time I don't think humanity has ever lived with so much over toxicity in our soils, in our air, in our water, in our food supply. It's quite astounding when you really sit back and look at it. So we're looking at, and in the human bodies and the human tissues at this point are so over toxicified, and undernourished, and that's the other thing that we really emphasize in this program, is that this isn't about going in and just getting all the bad stuff. This is about giving to ourselves. And that when the body is given to, then it can naturally let go of what it no longer needs. And you will also find that your taste buds will change, your cravings will change, what you are attracted to will naturally change. And we do not have to exert willpower and discipline, like maybe if you have done other fasting or cleansing programs or diets in the past. It's not a diet. So we get to really honor the body in that way. And that's, again, why it's called Fall in Love with Yourself. You have that opportunity to really honor the body's signals and cues and listen to it and do it in a joyful, pleasurable way. This is yummy. We don't go hungry. We don't feel weak. We don't, have to punish ourselves. So back to the products, we have an amazing product called Biomedic. This is the first and only product on the market that clinically has been proven to pull glyphosate out of the gut. Glyphosate is Roundup, and it not only pulls in clinical trials in 6 weeks has pulled 75% of the glyphosate out of the body, but also the C-reactive protein, which is the indicator for inflammation. So inflammation is the indicator of so many diseases, so many problems that people have out there, has also been linked to glyphosate. Again, it's everywhere. It's very hard to avoid. It's such a blessing that we have a product that gently pulls it out of us and can protect us from being human on this earth in these times. So that's the Biomedic. Another one we have is called Apothecary. It's a single ingredient tart cherry concentrate that you take at night. It is the highest in melatonin and antioxidants of any fruit. And so it helps the body generate natural melatonin and put you into a deep REM state. And while you're sleeping is when you're rejuvenating all your cells. So it's an incredible anti-inflammatory and anti-aging, because in that place you're literally rejuvenating yourself and then you wake up really refreshed. A lot of people suffer from sleep difficulties, and this is an incredible product for that. There's an herbal blend that you'll take for a 10-day portion of the 30 days, unless you're pregnant or nursing, that will address candida, parasites, fungus, and it's a gentle gut herbal detoxifier. Then there are a few add-ons you can choose depending on which focus you really want to go for. If getting ready for the winter season and boosting your immune feels really relevant to you, then we have this zinc aid that I mentioned. It has the zinc, it has the delivery mechanism for zinc, the quercetin. It has, which is naturally occurring in guava leaf. By the way, if you read the ingredients, you're like, where's the quercetin? It's the guava leaf. Vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, it's all in there, and it's just an incredible formulation. Again, all food-based, which means it's actually going to be usable by the body. So that's if you choose to bring in the immune add-on. And then if you're somebody who exerts a lot of calories because you're an athlete, you work out, for whatever reasons, you can also choose the add-on of the performance products. So I love these. I use them every day for my workouts and yoga. There's pre-workout energy, post-workout protein and recovery. So we're really reducing lactic acid and soreness here. There's medicinal mushrooms and turmeric and black pepper. So really reducing inflammation. And for energy, it's beets. Beets increase the circulation, and you really feel it in your workout, the difference. And then a few extra little fun add-ons. There's a somewhat of a Gatorade substitute called Cocoa Hydrate with again, living dehydrated coconut water and ginger and some other amazing things. And then Aloe Digest is another powerful juice. It's delicious and again, really great for the gut. If, like myself, you had gut issues most of your life, which most people have, living in the day and age that we live in, that's another great ally in your medicine pouch of all these products. I think I've addressed everything in there. There's some of the workout products you can learn more about again in another video. And one more thing I'll mention is that for our Fall in Love with Yourself reset, which begins on November 8th, you'll want to order your products this month by the end of the day, October 31st. And when you do that, you will get, if you order the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation with Performance, you're going to get a brand new product. I haven't even tried it yet, called Pumpkin Spice Protein. So they're adding in a 15 serving pouch of that. And there's all kinds of specials happening right now. The company is going plastic free. And so they're kind of quickly moving out all the old plastic containers so we can really make room for their proprietary non-GMO packaging that they've created with hemp and bamboo and tree resin, which is amazing. You can just compost it in your backyard. So there's incredible specials. Check it out just through the end of the month. So that's a little bit about our products. When you join, you're going to have incredible support system. You may have unique support with the person who shared this with you. They may have additional, but generally we have a platform called Mighty Networks. This is a non-social media app you can get where you can have access to recipes, a beautiful community of people lifting each other up, meditations, qigong, Pilates, different offerings, opening circles, closing circles, and just people going in and sharing what wisdom that they have. And if any of you feel called, we welcome anybody to come in and share. So you can add content into that as well, and it can be a really cross-cultural exchange. In addition, we have a particular, at this time, another, and if you want to learn more about it, we have more information and another video to learn, for the feminine landscape. So we're pairing it with a exploration through the vaginal microbiome combined with the gut microbiome. So in that program, and that one has an additional fee, you'll have vocal activation specialist, a V-steaming, and a whole womb exploration journey, sacral movement, and a study of the moon phases and how those rhythms inform our own coming home into ourselves as women. So that's another offering. So what I'd like to do now is bring on Audria to share her story of how these products have changed your life in really a very short time. What has it been, a month and a half? Share with us, Audria, what you've noticed and how you're feeling now about your health and your life.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm really grateful to be here and see all of you and be a part of this experience. It's just amazing. I started the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation in September on a new moon, and I just love that we brought our circle together on the Mendocino coast. And by day 2, my body was just feeling much more alive, like my cells, like Christina was mentioning, like the shakes and everything that was in, like the vibrancy of it was just like causing all this amazing energy to just surge in my being that I hadn't felt till my 20s. And I'm in my 40s now, and things are becoming a little bit more lethargic in my life before this, and just really feeling tuned into to my moon cycle. When I received it after I did the 30-day health reset, I didn't have any cramping, which was huge for me. After having two children, my cramps were getting really intense, and also just my mood swings. Like, it was like my family had to like hold on, like, oh, mom's gonna have it in a week or two, and it was just getting worse and worse each cycle. So for me, it was like a huge game changer. It was like, wow, okay, there was like no signs it was coming on and no cramping. So I'm excited about that piece. I also had this crazy skin condition that I went to see a dermatologist for, and he charged me $300 to do this procedure, and it spread over my whole forehead. And he was like the 70-year-old dermatologist, so I figured he knew what he was doing. And so I just let that go. I was like, okay, I'm going to figure something else out. And by 7 days in this program, it was totally healed. It was gone. My skin, everyone was like, wow, what did you do to your skin? You're glowing. I'm like, great, this is amazing. And, just all around, just my mood is stabilized, my hormones are balanced, and I just feel incredible. So, I started on the new moon. It was the full moon that I called up my friend and got on a call with Christina. I was like, okay, I'm ready. I want to like present this to my friends and family because this is so amazing for me. I want to share it with our community. And yeah, I'm just really blessed to be here and be a part of the team.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that story. And if you're feeling excited, you're feeling inspired, you're feeling moved, you're feeling hopeful of, wow, maybe I could be feeling this way too, I want to tell you about how you can get started, and then we'll close this out. So, like I said, there are really three different options of how you can participate anywhere from, and it's going to cost you anywhere from $11 a day to $17 a day, depending on which pack you get. I would recommend getting with a person who shared this with you for, if you would like, a 15-minute health consultation and go over your goals and see which is the right program for you. In any of those packs that you choose, you also have the option to, like Audrey shared, share it with your community. So this is a referral program, if you will, that's also paired with a compensation plan. And you, for no additional cost, you can get basically a business in a box. You have the ability to start an online business from your phone, from your computer, by basically being in the art of communication, by being curious, by reaching out and being of service to find out who out there is looking for something like this. Who can I connect with and offer for them to have the opportunity to learn more and share a video like this one. If you decide to do that now, you can actually continue to invite people into this group transformation. And there's an opportunity on the table to make quite a bit of bonuses that are being offered to people right at the start of their journey, even double bonuses by reaching certain milestones within a certain period of time. So there's quite a gift there on the table for those of you who feel resonant with that. And again, you can learn more. I'll tell you a little bit quickly about my story. My husband and I, many years ago, got land with the vision of creating a farm, growing lots of food, having places for people to come and gather and experience feasting and festivity and educational workshops and healing and celebration and all of these things. And we were experiencing so much healing ourselves on this land, as well as through, for the first time in my life, discovering raw foods and cleansing, that we really had a vision of having a healing center on this land. And I pictured, lots of people coming and receiving their healing there. I still do. But what's interesting is we didn't have the money to build this vision. So when this opportunity crossed my path, and I learned that through building this income stream of being in service and helping people with health transformations, it could actually turn into an unlimited passive and residual income, that piqued my attention, and I dove in. And fast forward 5 years later, we now have an organization that through community networking, we've been able to bridge where our life was to where we want it to be and watch it unfold. And just last year, our organization did over $3 million in sales of helping people with their health transformations, just as I had intended to do on our land, but now through networking have been able to reach way more people with way less work. I put in part-time hours in my week being a full-time mom and developing our farm and doing lots of play and other passions in our other time. So if that's something that's of interest to you, either casually sharing with your friends and family, all the way to on the other side of the spectrum, building a full-time, what could become a full-time income, again, get with the person who shared this with you, and we'd be happy to share more, see if it feels like a fit, and give you loads and loads and loads of free mentorship to be able to do this and really participate and join in this beautiful community that I've found to become really family to me and so many others. So thank you all for your time and being here, and thank you for learning about what we have. I'm going to stop the recording and we'll take some questions, and happy fall.
Thank you.